Holy Vay, what a crazy, interesting day. Today I actually took the day off just to relax and do some stuff that I thought was fun. Went for a dip in the ocean, tried to get some surfing in, but that didn't happen, so I just dipped in the ocean. So, what are we here talking about today? We're here talking about getting yourselves emotionally balanced. A lot of what I talk about and I relay are things that I've actually gone through myself, right? You can't understand people and even yourself if you haven't walked the walk or walked in other people's shoes or whatever. It's like we have to experience things so that we can work on the dark work inside so that we can connect with other people, right? Dark work is just basically working on what's going on inside you, what's in that little consciousness, kind of toning down the monkey mind and being able to focus on who you are, what you're about, and all those other good things, right? One thing I remember when I was going through some stuff, I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, whether it's in my childhood or relationships or whatever, but there was a time in my life where I used to get really upset just for a short period. It only lasted about a year. I'm not an angry person. Everybody that knows me is like, Bo yelling? Bo getting upset? Yeah, that's not me. But sometimes there are those people or those things or those issues, like even a bill collector calls at the wrong time. It's like you're throwing your phone across the room, right? But there's always those things that push your buttons. The very important thing that I have to realize, and everyone else, to be this kind of positive person and being able to change your polarity from negative to positive, from dark to light, right? From, sitting on the couch eating popcorn to magic, right? The one thing you have to remember is staying emotionally stable through everything, right? And also that nobody has control over your emotions. Nobody has control over your anger, especially, right? That's where we kind of get into the shifting of polarities from negative and positive, right? Once you're allowing people to control your anger and your emotions without really understanding, because maybe they're going through some shit too that you just don't know about, right? Most of the time, the people that really push your buttons are the bill collectors that call you up. It's like there's a reason why they're doing that. The bill collector is getting money, that's his job or her job, and maybe they get commission off that, so they're gonna call you 20 times a day when that happens. And maybe that person that pushed your buttons to the point of just yelling and screaming and cursing, which has happened to me, and I look back on that and I was like, who the fuck was that dude? Sometimes, and you have to look back on yourself and say, dude, who was that person that acted out of terms from his own nature or her own nature, right? And it's because you allowed these things to really poke your button so much that you became angry, right? Your emotions weren't balanced, It was Warren Buffett, and I'm paraphrasing. Warren Buffett actually said that the man who has control over his emotions is a successful man, or something like that. Look it up. It's about Warren Buffett and emotions. It was probably more about being able to balance his checkbook and make billions of dollars outside of any kind of spiritual term or whatever, but it's the same concept, right? Usually it's I don't quote rich people, but that was one of the few concepts and quotes that I saw that I was just that's really cool. It's I like that, being able to balance one's emotions, right? Because remember, when you're in situations where it's heated and whatever, there are people, and I've seen people, and this has happened to me, that you get so mad that you don't actually register what's going on. You can no longer listen, right? You don't hear anything, let alone yourself in your own heart, because you're letting that anger get away from you, right? So anger lives on this side of the little polarity field. Let's say, when we're talking about negative and positive, let's put positive on the right side. I like the right side. What's up, right side? And then negative, anger, fear, hatred, it's all over here, right? Fear comes first, and then after that is anger, and then hatred, and then suffering, right? My man Yoda said that. That's actually a quote of the Quran too. In so many words, fear is a path to darkness, is what it says in the Quran. So it's when you're looming on this side of negativity and you have anger and you're allowing outside forces to be there, you're actually allowing people to shift your your polarity over to that negative side, right? So you're not going to be able to level up as far as like, quote unquote manifesting, which I don't like the word manifesting. Let's use transmutating, right? Transmutating towards good things in your world, transmutating towards getting a positive vibration and allowing things to come in. Because that negative thinking and that anger is only going to lead to bad things, right? It only leads to bad things, right? Like you're so angry that you can never forgive somebody, You're so angry that it's like, you don't know what this person did to me. No, I don't know what this person did to you, but can you shift over to the positive real quick and maybe we could figure this out together, right? There's no diplomacy in negative thinking, right? Your consciousness is almost gone at that point and you're teetering. And then outside of that, it's like I've seen people lose jobs because of their tempers, right? Instead of being able to work it out, emotionally stable, right? So that's my little spiel about being emotionally stable, emotionally positive, right? You don't want to teeter too much over here where you're so angry that you don't even see good anymore. That's miserable right here. It's miserable to stay in this place all the time. And I've seen them do it. I've seen people stay in this place all the time. And I'm like, doesn't that make your heart hurt? Right? Just to be here all the time, right? So practice not letting people push your buttons, right? Say a couple of woosahs, go meditate, right? Step away for a little bit. The best thing that you could do, right, is physically step away from an argument. Step away from something that pisses you off, right? Until you could get your emotions under control, right? Don't make that mistake. I step away all the time. It's like, oh, if somebody gets me heated, it's like, eh. And then I go for my little walk, and then I'm cool. Walking meditation is great. But instead of also getting so upset at that person, right? Try and put like a positive spin on that, right? It's like, oh, I'm learning a lesson right now. I'm learning how to control, like mentally sit there and say, I'm literally, mentally, literally trying to learn a lesson right now about how to control my anger. You have to be present in that moment when something like that's happening, right? So don't let people shake you, right? People are going to say shit about you all the time. People are going to talk about you all the time. They're going to do whatever, right? Just don't let it phase you because 2 tears in a bucket. You know what they say. All right, guys. Check me out, Instagram, The Hermit Beau, YouTube right here, The Hermit Beau. If you guys are readers, which I hope you are, go to thehermitbeau.com. And I love you guys so much. Be blessed, stay peaceful, love, light, all those good things. So don't make them. Take care. All right.